Hello everybody, welcome back to Tea and Tarot. Today's reading is all about your March predictions. We're going to be looking into your love life, general life, career and your side hustles. There will also be an opportunity at the end of the reading for you to ask any sort of yes or no questions for this month, just about things that you think might happen in this month. And I will answer the question 3 times using some prediction cards. And then we will also see what you should be focusing on for this month too. So today we have 3 piles. Sorry if you can hear a tapping sound. That's my cat playing. Sorry about that. But today we have 3 piles. We have pile 1, 2 and 3. And today we have jars of herbs on our reading. So for pile 1, we have some dandelion. For pile 2, we have some hyssop. And for pile 3, we have some lavender. Once you've chosen your pile, there will be a timestamp in the description box below for you to find your reading more easily, and I will meet you there. Bye. Hello my pile ones, this is your reading and you chose the dandelion. So let's see what your cards are for this month. So first we're going to start with your love card. Okay. So you have the 6 of Pentacles. And for your oracle card, you have Temptation. Okay. Okay, so what I see for your love life pile 1 in March is that there's going to be a lot of attention. You're going to be getting a lot of attention. You might even receive a couple of gifts from your kind of secret admirers. And I see that this is kind of working on you. This is making you feel tempted. This is intriguing you. You like it. You like the attention, the gifts, the flattery. People are going to be focusing on you a lot. And I think this is also confirmation that this is the right time for you as well. This is the right time for you to indulge in that, to invest in your love life and enjoy these things and accept these gifts as well. So I see a lot of like abundance in terms of love and attention and focus, especially like materially. Like I think whoever has their eyes on you right now in terms of your love life, I feel like they might have a love language of gift giving, and I do just see them really like overwhelming you with gifts. Okay, now let's take a look at your general life. So you have the Hierophant. And for your oracle card, you have Patience as well in reverse. Okay, I think that in terms of your life, you have these certain expectations, and they might be that you want to be married by the time you're this age, and you want to have 2 children, and you want to have, you know, a really good career, and you want to be very successful by this point in your life, and so on, so on, so on. And you have all these kind of expectations of how your life should go, and when life doesn't pan out that way, when you're not married by the age of so and so, and your career isn't headed in the direction you thought it was headed in, and things like that, if you haven't met those goals of yours, and by the way, those might not be your goals. I'm just focusing on that because with the Hierophant, it's about tradition. So I feel like you might follow in your mind like a traditional approach to success. So you might have these kind of ideas about how your life should go, and you're getting really impatient because things aren't headed that way, or they haven't happened yet and you feel like you're running out of time. So say you've set kind of goals for yourself to hit by the time you're 30, and maybe you're 28, 29, and you're starting to get impatient and panic and want to kind of rush the process because you're feeling like you're going to run out of time and you're not going to, meet that deadline. And this is kind of telling you to slow it down and calm down, because it's unrealistic to expect all of these things from yourself. Life isn't predictable, and it goes, it moves with time. Like, it goes the way it goes when it needs to. It doesn't flow like that. There are high moments, low moments, and it's unfair to yourself to set such high standards that you're almost making it so that you fail, because you're not giving yourself time and patience. You're getting really impatient, you want to hurry things along. But, you should really look at what you've got and what you've achieved, and recognize that you've already achieved so much. Like, you're amazing. You've done that. You've done some good stuff. So don't, hold yourself to these sort of unrealistic and high standards that are kind of making you avoid enjoying the journey that you're on. So I do see in March that you're panicked a bit and you're feeling a bit impatient about the way things are going. But I don't see that this is necessary. You have to prioritize your well-being, and that includes being patient to yourself as well. Okay. So let's take a look at your career. So you have the Empress. That's so good. Yes. Okay. And let's see what oracle card you have as well. Okay, you have Temperance in reverse. That's interesting. Okay. So that's very interesting, because Temperance and the Empress are very similar energies, but this is reversed. So I feel like there's a reason for this. So with the Empress, and it's interesting as well because this card says number 3, and on your last card, I kept looking at the 3 candles. So I feel like there's some sort of importance there. Maybe it's like 3 goals or 3 people. There's some sort of situation around 3 that might be relevant to you. But with the Empress, what I see is that there's so much abundance, success, and growth for your career in March. Things are kicking off big time. Like, they are really progressing. Things are growing. It's, being fruitful. You're, getting more money, like, you're getting more financial success. You're getting more success in your career. You might even get, some sort of, you might be making some sort of progress that really helps to push your career forward in the month of March. Maybe some sort of type of promotion. But with Temperance in reverse, this is kind of letting me know that it's your passion and your drive and these really active, high intense emotions that are helping to push this. It's you being like, no, I'm determined to do this, and really pushing yourself forward. That's actually causing this abundance and growth. You're not approaching work in a more harmonious way. You're almost over investing into your work. You're investing a lot of time into it. So instead of having that kind of work-life balance in March, you're focusing a lot on your work. Maybe in your free time you're still thinking about it, and you're thinking about the projects you could be working on, or how you're gonna get that promotion that you want, and what you could do to sort of get there. I feel like it's going to be taking up a lot of your mental energy in March, and not necessarily in a bad way. It definitely feels like a choice you're making to be more proactive, to make these changes. It doesn't feel like something that's kind of been thrust upon you. Like, it's not, your boss putting more and more on your plate. It's kind of you asking for more and more. So I definitely see a lot of progress, that you're getting attention from your employer in terms of they're recognizing that you're serious about this as your career, and so they're impressed by that, and so that's what I see for you for your career in March. And now let's take a look at your side hustles. So you have the 4 of Wands in reverse, and let's see, your oracle card is this one. community. Okay. So your side hustle, whatever it is, it could be anything. It could be like, maybe you're a musician on the side, maybe you like to bake and you sell these, baked goods, or maybe you're a potter and you make pottery and sell that. It could be that you're doing something more in the limelight that requires sort of views and subscriptions in order for your growth to kind of happen. But either way, I see you built your side hustle this month in March is building up a community for you. So it's building up a fan base. So for example, you might start to, if you are making baked goods, pastries, things like that, and selling those, you're starting to get a lot of loyal customers and loyal clients that are coming again and again, and that are promoting you everywhere and raving about how good the food is because they just love it and they keep coming back. And I see this happening in March. Or if it's something more like based on views, you're getting a lot of views and subscribers. And if it's something based on you as a musician, you're getting people finally turning up to the venues that you're playing at, that recognize you, that are there for you, to support you, who've heard you before, and you're starting to kind of build that fan base. It's really starting to pay off in March, which is really amazing. I love that for you. And with the Four of Wands, whether it's reversed or upright, the meaning actually pretty much stays the same, which is really interesting with this one. But it's also about that kind of prosperity and that abundance. And so there's a big community that's building up for your side hustle. Whatever that side hustle is and whatever community it would need to grow, that's building up. You're getting a lot of loyal fan bases and customers who really like the thing you do. And I see that for you. There's increase, there's growth here. Like, your side hustle is really progressing, it's moving, and it's becoming something really big and really amazing. It's really flourishing this month. That's so lovely. I love that for you, Power Ones. Okay. So let's now look into those 3 questions. I hope you've been thinking about what you want to ask. Try not to get offended with what these cards say. Sometimes they can be harsh, but at least they're honest. But they can be kind of rude. So prepare yourself. The answer to your first question is probably not. And the answer to your second question, I'll pull another one. That one. Maybe try and rephrase it in your mind. So you have accept your fate for that one. And you have 2 cards for your third question. So you have weather permitting. That essentially means it could go either way. It could be a yes or a no depending on whether or not everything is aligned correctly. And then you also had you're having a laugh. So I feel like that's a no. That's like absolutely not to whatever you just thought of. Okay, so now let's see what you should focus on in the month of March. Okay, so with your cards and what you should be focusing on in March is you have my positive thoughts guide me to new heights. I listen to my body and give it what it needs. I will live in the present and try not to worry about the future. Yes, okay, so when it says you'll give your body what you need, this means prioritizing your well-being. So if you need time to yourself, maybe you need a break from work, request a day off. If you need to talk to somebody, arrange a meeting with your friends and hang out with them. If you need sleep, start adding in like extra hours to your sleep routine and start, making the necessary steps to make sure you sleep well. So for example, turning your phone off an hour or 2 before you go to sleep and not looking at a screen until then, reading a book beforehand, anything that helps you sleep, do that. And then also with the other two cards, it's literally just about focusing on being positive. Focus on, the good things going on in your life. I mean, your side hustle's really kicking off this month, and you're also getting a lot of attention in love, and you're also doing well financially at work. So these are just amazing things. So definitely try and focus on the positive and don't worry too much about where things are going, because for now they're in a good place. Okay, so that was your reading pile 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye. Okay, hello my pile 2s, welcome to your reading. You chose the hyssop jar. So, let's get into your cards now. So your first card is the card for your love life. Ah, beautiful, you have the devil. Okay, I love that for you, honestly. This is really positive. I'll get into that in a second. First, I just want to get your oracle card for your love life. So glad that one came out for you. Okay, so you have spontaneity in reverse. Yeah, okay. So there are two things going on here. So firstly, with the devil card, essentially I feel like in your love life, there may have been people around you that have sort of like misled you. They've told you a lie and you've really believed it because you trust people and you believe them. So they might have lied and said you're not a great partner, or that you don't deserve them and they could do so much better than you, and you're this and you're that, and they say all these cruel things, and the thing is none of them are true, but you've believed it, which is crazy because none of that is true. So they've really taken advantage in that sense, and you are in March overcoming this. You're breaking through this. Whatever this lie is that they've told you, you're taking off those rose tinted glasses and you're seeing the situation for what it is. You're seeing them for the cruel person they are, and you're recognizing that you deserve so much better. With spontaneity in reverse, I feel like you might be like a free spirit kind of person and you kind of see the best in everybody, and you know, pick people who initially are really lovely, and that's great. But I think for your love life, you kind of need to pull back on trusting everybody and going straight for it and leaping into relationships with an open heart. I just feel like you need to pull away and spend more time with yourself so that you can really recover from having had those rose tinted glasses on for so long. You know, you need some time and some space to see things more clearly before jumping back into your active love life. Instead, you need to kind of focus on yourself for now and focus on recovering from this lie that you were told. And I think that's really great because this is personal growth. Like, you're detoxifying, you're getting rid of that negative energy, you're getting rid of those toxic beliefs and those negative people from your life. And you're moving on and you're healing and being becoming your higher self. And so I think this is a really great thing, even though it's hard to deal with that, detoxifying and figuring out that, maybe someone isn't right for you. That can be hard to admit, and it can be hard to admit that someone's lied to you, but it's better for you in the long run because now you're not chained to this lie anymore. You're able to recover, and I think that's really amazing. Pile 2. Okay, so now let's look at your general life. You have the Two of Wands. Nice. Okay. Let's see here. And you have play. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love this. There's two things here that could be going on, but you might be about to embark on something creative, like a little side hustle or project with another person. It could be your best friend or someone you've met at work who you think, you would do well with on this kind of project. But you're kind of investing into it and spending more time doing it. Whatever this creative thing is, you're spending time with this other person, and it's bringing a lot of fun and happiness and joy into your life. And with creativity, you're not worried about the outcome of this thing, because at the moment it's just something you do for fun, it's something you do for your happiness. So it's really nice and freeing to be able to do that and focus on this thing. But I also see it as, if that doesn't resonate for some of you, I do just see it as you coming up with 2 really great ideas that are going to be making your life much more enjoyable. So it could be that you come up with a new hobby that you want to try, and that now makes your general life so much more fun. But maybe you come up with like 2 hobbies at one time. Maybe there's an opportunity for you to join a hobby that you didn't have before. So there's sort of these 2 opportunities or 2 creative ideas, or you and another person indulging in a creative idea that's going to be bringing a lot more happiness and joy into your personal life, which is lovely again. Okay, let's take a look at your career. So you have the 5 of Cups. And you also have passion. So I feel like you're uniquely, or maybe not uniquely, because I suppose everyone tries to chase a career that they have a genuine passion and drive for, but you are really have your heart set on something as your career. There's a certain career path that you're not willing to lose or let sight of. You're not willing to lose your, like, let go of this. But I don't think it's, so far, I don't think it's gone well. So I think, let's say, for example, you're trying to be, like, let's say you're trying to be an editor or a writer or something, and you did all the things you were told to do, like go to uni, get a degree, that will get you the job, and you come out and that hasn't worked. On top of that, you needed connections and you don't have any because you didn't start out with connections. So now you've really got to fight to kind of get your foot in the door. And every chance you've been given has not worked out. Maybe the job's ended too soon, or maybe the experience itself was only temporary, like a temporary term contract. And so you don't have much experience, so it's even harder for you to get another writing job. And so you're taking these other jobs in the meantime, but your heart is really set on this thing. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Those are all losses, but that doesn't mean you've lost everything. This flower here, it's losing its buds. It's fallen, like a few have fallen off, but there's still so much more growing. There's still so much more buds left, and I think it's amazing that you are still driven to this thing, and that despite the hurdles you keep going. I just saw 31:31 and 31:33 on the timer. That might be relevant to you, so you might want to look those numbers up later. But for you, I see that it's an amazing thing that you're still going after this thing, and that you're not deterred by setbacks, because that's the best way to succeed, is to keep going. And so you might be feeling like, oh, maybe I should give up on this, maybe it's not for me. Don't, because you've got so much passion. If you keep going, by the time you do get that opportunity to get in there and you do get that experience, you're going to excel so well at this, because it's exactly what you wanted to do. It's going to make you so happy when you finally get there, when you work so hard for something as well. By the time you get it, you feel amazing because it's taken so much. So just because you've lost something, it doesn't mean that you should give up. If anything, it means you've got plenty more opportunities to keep going. I see in your career you might not be in a job that you want to be in right now, but that doesn't mean you're going to be there forever. Or you might not have a job at the minute, and that might be worrying you. But remember, this is temporary. You will get to the place you want to go. You will get a job. And, whether or not that's the job of your dream, it's going to keep you going so that you can pursue the job of your dream. Like, take any job you can and keep pushing for this dream. And when the opportunity presents itself, take it. Don't give up on this. If it's something you really love and you're really passionate about, then keep chasing it. Keep going for it, because it will work out and you will love it so much. Okay, let's look at your side hustle. You have the Chariot. Ooh. this card just kind of bounced out at me before I had a chance to shuffle it, so I feel like this one's for you. So what I see for you, for your side hustle, is that in the past, I think you've enjoyed it as like a little secret hobby that you've kind of just, you've not taken too seriously. You've not taken it seriously as something that could earn you money or that could be your career. And so it's been really cozy, really nice, really fun, because hobbies are so much more fun when there's no pressure to sort of earn anything from it. There's no pressure to like push yourself any further, and you just literally get to enjoy it for what it is. But in the month of March, this hobby, this thing, you didn't think it would kick off. You didn't think it would progress into anything further, but it is. And in March, things are picking up speed. So if your hobby is centered around you gaining more views or subscribers, you're going to get that. If your hobby is centered around you gaining more customers, you're going to get that. If it's centered around you getting more sales, you're going to get that. Like, whatever it is that your side hustle requires in order for it to suddenly progress, it's going to get that thing. And you are divinely protected. There's like a shield here in the picture. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like the bit at the back. But this is essentially letting you know you're divinely protected along this journey. So you're being protected, and because of that, your side hustle is moving. And it's happening fast. This change is happening fast in March, to the point that instead of you feeling like cozy and safe and like no one is paying attention to you, now it kind of feels like all eyes are on you, and this is so much bigger than what you had anticipated it being. This has kind of gotten so much more bigger than you could have ever hoped. And that's really what I see for you for your side hustle. Okay, so I hope you have been thinking about questions to ask. You can ask 3 yes or no questions, and I will answer them for you now. Try not to get offended by what these cards say, because they can be harsh, but at least they're honest. But ask your first question now. You bet. So that's like a yes. Ask your second question now. Looks like yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, ask your third question now. Definitely not no. So that means, oh wait, there's a second card back here as well. Definitely not no, and then you also have nope. That's a bit confusing. But I feel like whatever you've just asked, it might mean that at certain times it's a yes, and at certain times it's a no. So I'm not sure, because I don't know what question you asked, but I hope that helps. That's so interesting. I think you're the first pal that's ever got like 3 yeses. Okay, so now let's see what you should focus on for the month of March. Okay, so you have self-belief, power, knowledge, and emotion. Okay. So you have new beginnings. I'm just taking the top one because the whole deck fell. But you have new beginnings with the new moon. Then you also have keep a journal of your thoughts and feelings. This can help you reduce stress and anxiety. A safe space to clarify your thoughts and emotions. Keeping a journal might actually help to untether you from whatever that lie was in your love life. So it might be really cathartic for you. So definitely that's a good idea for the month of March. Self-belief is amazing, because as I said with your side hustle, you didn't believe it could go anywhere. You didn't believe it could be bigger than it is going to get. And so that's from a lack of self-belief. So you really need to stop believing in yourself, because it's happening. So you have to acknowledge that and accept that now, and think about the possibilities of a world where you do believe in yourself and things are going the way that you hope them to go. Then you also have new beginnings, and when I pulled the new beginning card, I immediately thought of your side hustle, because I saw it picking up. I saw it going somewhere. I saw you being successful. And so with the new moon, new beginnings, I'm seeing a brand new chapter opening up for you. So essentially this is saying you need to focus on your side hustle for March. You really need to pay attention to it and not kind of sleep on it anymore, not have that like cozy sleepy vibe. You need to be really active now, like the Chariot. You need things to move fast. So this is saying invest in yourself, your hobbies, and reducing your stress and anxiety, and feeling a lot more peaceful, and developing that personal growth with, you know, finally starting to believe in yourself. Okay, pile 2, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye. Okay, hello pile 3s. Welcome to your reading. You chose the lavender, the dried lavender. So let's get into your cards. So the first card is your love life. So you have the 5 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so let's check out your oracle cards too. Okay, it was the top one. So you have temptation in reverse. I feel like in your love life for March, you've kind of been searching for gold. You've been searching for your soulmate, your best relationship, a very committed relationship. And I feel like you've just not found anybody attractive. I feel like you've kind of been looking for love, but not really seeing anybody as a good option or like somebody you would kind of be interested in. And that's kind of what I see in March. Like, I see you still wanting love, still, you know, being hopeful and open to the idea of finding a soulmate, but you just aren't attracted to anybody in your life right now. And that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. So I feel like you feel disappointed by this, but there's definitely no need to. You know, you can just keep an open mind. Like, you don't need to rush into anything or force yourself into a relationship just because you want to be in one. And I feel like you know this. So, you know, I don't feel like you need any advice. This is just an acknowledgement of the feelings you're going to have in March, which is that you're still open to love, you still want to find it, and you want to find the one, you know, but you just don't feel like you have yet, and that's fine. That's just the way life goes. Okay. Okay, so let's look into your general life card now. So you have the Emperor. Oh, I love that. Okay. And let's see your Oracle card. So you have Relentless in reverse. This is really nice. I see you as somebody who... Why did my voice break? I see you as somebody who is a really good leader in a really positive way. So you're not kind of like... You're not somebody who shouts orders at people and tells them what they need to do and what they should do. And, you know, you're not kind of like a dictator. You're into all your like relationships with your friends and your family. You're kind of this really nice, non-judgmental beacon of light that people can go towards. And this kind of means that like you're not harsh, you're not too in people's faces. You kind of present them really calmly and nicely with the facts. You give them advice if they want it, but if they want a listening ear, you also do that. Like, I feel like you're a very approachable person, and this helps to create a lot of peace and harmony in your personal life. But it also means that you kind of, as like this emperor kind of person, you might not really have people to turn to. You might, you know, feel like there's no one that carries the energy you carry that you can turn to and talk to. In that case, I do feel like maybe journaling would be good for you, or maybe even therapy if you feel like there's no one you could reach out to. But you might also just try giving the people around you like a chance and opening up to them and seeing how that helps as well. But I do just see a lot of peace and tranquility and harmony in your personal life. And that's created by your energy. And I think as well, like with this card, this bat looks like a little emperor as well, with this really like regal cape that they have on. And so this is very strong like emperor energy. So I definitely see you as like a leader, and you're taking charge of your own life. And I think you're also being a great friend, a great companion and confidant for people to be around. Okay, so let's take a look at your career card. So you have the Queen of Cups, which is amazing. And then for your oracle card, you have Message. You also had this, I felt it. So you have Message and Play, as well as the Queen of Cups. I feel like you're just such a wise person in the way that you approach friendships and your personal life and your career and love life. I just see a lot of intelligence here, but I also see, especially with like you had the Emperor as well as the Queen here, so I do see that as you as a person, and I just thought I had to put that out there. But I also see that you're bringing in a lot of happiness and success in your career in March because of this wisdom that you have and this approach to life that you have. You're a very fair person, and so I think you look at work with a really harmonious, like tempered balance. Like you're like, yeah, you know, my work's really important, but also my downtime's important too. And I think you're really good at dividing that time. And so I see you having a really nice work-life balance. And it's not just, you know, a work-life balance doesn't just mean equal time at work and equal time in your personal life. It also kind of means a blending of the two. So when you're at work, I see you communicating and talking a lot more to people and then enjoying your time more. Like I see you having fun with your colleagues. Like I see you guys getting along and I see you enjoying each other's company, and you're actually making friends here. Like you're real friends. Like you know how people have work colleagues versus their friends they actually spend time with. I feel like they're both for you. You really do genuinely enjoy the company of your colleagues, and they like you too. So I just see you having a lot more fun because of that, and people sort of see you as the leader, the person to turn to kind of go to if they need anything or if they need a chat or they think, yeah, I know this person's going to really back me up in this meeting because they know what's fair and what's right. So, you know, you kind of bring that energy and that just creates a lot of happiness and joy in your work life. But with the Queen, you also have a lot of success and abundance as well, but primarily in your relationships. So that abundance is in your connections with the people you work with. Okay, so let's take a look at your side hustle, pile 3. So you have the 10 of Wands. And now let's get your oracle card. It's one of these. Protection. Interesting. I can see that in your side hustle, you've worked really hard on it and you've worked hard to get to where you're at. For example, this cobweb. Cobwebs are really fragile and delicate, and you know, people can just walk straight through them and ruin all of that hard work in a second. But it took the spiders so much energy, so much time to do that. They had to eat so much food beforehand and really intricately spin this web, and sometimes other spiders have tried to steal it, so they've had to fend them off. So, like, it takes a lot of work to do that. And I think you've finally built up this really intricate, amazing web. And even though it's still fragile, and by that I mean you might not be at the top of whatever this side hustle is yet, you're definitely still like progressing, you're still going. But because you've been through all of those experiences, you have this strong empathy and care and kindness for new people starting out. And so I think you are like kind of a protector of new people entering this kind of side hustle, whatever this is. I think you should like uniquely have this empathy for new people. You don't feel this kind of resentment and sense of competition. Instead, you want to show them the easier ways of doing it. You're like, well, I did it this way and that was really hard and I faced these challenges. So you guys should do it this way. And you offer like really great advice. And I do see you as kind of a protector to these people. And in putting that energy out there, you've kind of got back this really protected karma too. So this intricate, delicate web is now being protected by this stick and these flowers. So nothing can really get through. So I feel like the universe is protecting you on your journey with your side hustle because you're sharing that energy with other people and that feeling is genuine. Like, you genuinely want to look out for everybody else, and so the universe is also giving that back to you. So in March, I see that all the work and the progress you've done with your side hustle is being protected. You know, no wind is gonna come and blow down this success during March. And I see that you are also extending that kind of safety and protection to other people as well, which is really nice. Okay, so let's get into your 3 questions. I hope you've been thinking about what to ask. These are your yes or no questions. You can ask anything you want about the month of March, what's going to happen there. So you could be like, is this thing going to happen in March? Or is this person going to do A, B, and C in March? You know, you can ask any sort of question that is a yes or no one, and this should have the answers. So I'm going to answer the first one for you now. Try not to get offended by what these cards say. They can be harsh, but at least they're honest. So we have weather permitting. So that can mean so long as everything is aligned and you have all your ducks in a row, then yeah. But if everything's not prepared, then probably not. For your second question, you have very doubtful. For your third question, I'll say again, right? I will shuffle again, but hopefully... Okay, you got 2. So you have, what did you say? Perhaps not today. And then you also have, you shall not. I also felt this one. Indeed. That one's really confusing. Let's look at these. You have indeed, you shall not. Perhaps not today. What did you say? Ask again. This makes me feel like whatever you've just asked, it might happen, but definitely not in March. So this isn't the month for it. Okay. But again, I'm not sure what you've just asked, but that's kind of what I'm getting there. Okay. So now let's see what you should focus on in the month of March. I love these cards. These are so cute. I got them from a shop that I really liked, that I had no idea was closing down. And I bought them, and then literally the shop closed down like a week later, so was gutting. Okay, so let's see what you got. You have making a list of things you are grateful for will help you become more aware of the things you treasure and appreciate in your life. You also have focus on just one task at a time and immerse yourself in it. When you've done that, enjoy a small break and then tackle the next task. Who are the most important people in my life? Yeah, okay, so as I said, you have that kind of leadership quality, and obviously with that, it can be hard for you to find like a fellow leader who like has that same kind of energy, who, you know, will provide great advice to you and take care of you and not just kind of gain advice and things from you. So you kind of need to look at the people around you and really try and hone in on who it is that you feel really comfortable around and safe around to kind of get things off your chest. You need to make sure you've got a support system. You know, you have to make sure you've got people you can talk to about anything. Like, it doesn't even have to be serious stuff, but just make sure you've got someone to like share your wins with for that day, or share if something didn't go well that day. Like, if you don't have anyone like that, again, journaling can be great, and as this says here, like making a list of all the things you're grateful for, you know, that can really help as well to make you feel better. With this is kind of saying be a lot more forgiving with yourself, because don't just like tackle a task and then be like, great, I now need to be really productive and do even more. You don't have to throw yourself into productivity. Breaks and treats and rewards for everything you do are really important to keeping you motivated. You know, you'll burn out if you don't do this. So you have to also prioritize your well-being. So your focus for this month is to focus on the people that make you feel heard and listened to and comfortable. Focus on enjoying the small things, making sure that you're getting that harmonious balance in your life where you're enjoying everything you do and you don't just look at, going into work, keeping your head down and getting it finished. Speak to people, try and enjoy yourself and make friends. Try to enjoy every part of your life that you can, because it's a journey. It's not just the journey stops and starts, the whole thing is your journey. And then also try to remain grateful for the things you have so that it can just help you to feel a lot better as well. Okay, so that is your reading pile 3. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. If you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye.